Welcome back to The Blind Perspective. Today we're going to answer the question, what can you see? That has always been a very hard question to answer because what's natural is to compare my vision to what is considered normal vision. I don't have normal vision. I don't know what it looks like. My vision is 2400 in one eye and 2600 in another eye. So that is considered legally blind. When most people hear that I have legal blindness, they think that this is how I see. That makes sense because after all, if you are a person who wears glasses or corrective lenses, that is what you see without your corrected lenses. You see blurriness. And the level of blindness is equivalent to the level of blurriness. So with that kind of numbers for my eyes, you would expect me to be seeing very blurry. That is actually not what I see. Things are actually not blurry for me. I know that sounds really crazy, but it's not so much blurry as it is I just don't see details, which is really hard to understand. So one way I have found to kind of depict this, explain this a little bit better, is that I see the world as though it's a TV from the 90s. And you all are seeing the world from a TV from today, like a 4K or an 8K display. So it's not significantly clearer as much as it's just more images. It's kind of like resolution is a lot more information. Each pixel is giving you a little bit more information. So a higher resolution has a lot more information in it. So my eyes can see in a clearish fashion, but it just is not receiving all the information. So another aspect of albinism is nystagmus. Nystagmus is the constant moving that my eyes do. This is a huge challenge for me because the things I'm seeing are moving constantly. So it makes it harder to read something when the letters are bouncing around. I get a lot of eye strain from it. My eyes get very tired. I really had a hard time with it as a kid because you're at school all day and then you come home and you have to do homework. There's not that much time to take breaks. As an adult, I have a little bit more opportunity to kind of take a break, but even then, I still struggle with it a lot. Sometimes it's hard to fall asleep at night because my eyes are moving so much. If I'm extra tired or if I'm concentrating a lot or I'm stressed or frustrated, my eyes tend to be more bouncy. One thing I have recently discovered that has really helped is I found a gel eye mask, and the one side is gel and the other side is cloth, and it has a Velcro strap. And so I will wear that at night, and it puts just enough pressure on my eyes that it actually kind of settles my eyes at night. And if I let the gel part get a little bit chilled, then it really is actually a soothing feeling when I'm going to sleep. I love that thing. If you struggle with nystagmus, I highly recommend getting it. I found mine at Walmart, nothing special, just a gel eye mask. And it has significantly reduced the mornings that I've woken up with my eyes feeling strained already. Another aspect of albinism is photophobia. Now, photophobia is light sensitivity. Because there's no pigment in my eyes, there is no color to block light. That is one aspect of color in your iris, is that it helps to block the light coming in. I don't have that, so therefore all of the light that my eye sees just goes straight through my eye. You might notice that I have like a reddish tint to my eyes, and that is because the light is going through my eyes. And you're seeing those blood vessels coming through. That's why certain lights actually make my eyes look more red than other lights. It's kind of like when you get your picture taken and that sharp just burst of light creates a lot of red eye in people. And that's part of why. And if you notice, people with blue eyes get more red eye more frequently than people with, say, brown eyes. And that's because they have less color in their eye. They have a lighter color. So it's that same kind of thing. But just like that is kind of a painful light when a camera flash goes off, that's kind of what it's like for a person with albinism. Except for it's a constant thing. It's not just momentary. I wear hat and sunglasses pretty much most of the time. And if I'm outside, all of the time. Even with hat and sunglasses on, I still am squinting underneath of my sunglasses. It's still too bright. I actually find that cloudy days can actually be worse. And that is because it creates a glare effect in the sky. And glare is another aspect of that photophobia that really is a huge struggle for me. Sometimes it's light reflecting off of like the dashboard in a car that I'm riding in. Don't worry, I don't drive. I told you what my vision numbers were there at the beginning. For some reason, they won't give me a license. But reflected light can create a glare, or just that bright light that is contrasting. So for instance, it's like that silhouette kind of a feel. For instance, if you're at a restaurant, I have to sit with the window behind me, because if I don't, I cannot see the person that's sitting across the table from me. They are literally as close as you are right now to me. I can't see them because the glare from the window just drowns everything out. And it doesn't have to be a window. Like, that's kind of, I think, a little bit more understandable because it's a big light. But sometimes it's just a matter of a light. It doesn't have to be significant. If it's a contrast, I even find that when I wear my sunglasses without my hat, sometimes I have the same problem, because even though the sunglasses I wear wrap close to my face, light still comes in from the top and from the bottom. And therefore I have the light and then the dark going across my face, and it creates the same kind of effect. I can't see things that are going on because of the lights. So if I'm inside, sometimes I have to actually take my sunglasses off, even though it's a little on the bright side, because I can't read paper or something like that. When I'm at church, I use my iPad, and this works great because my iPad is self-lit, so I can turn the brightness up if I need to, but then when I look down at it through my sunglasses, I can read it just fine. But when I look up, I actually can't really see the pastor because A, he's far enough away, but B, the lights in the room, there's so many lights between me and him that the lights kind of drown him out. So depending on the situation, glare from light is worse than just direct light. It just kind of depends on the situation. So I hope that this kind of just helps you to understand a little bit more of how albinism affects the vision. And if you have any questions about vision related to albinism, drop them down in the comments below, because I would love to answer those questions for you as best I can. And like I've said before, every person with albinism's vision is going to be affected differently. So this is my story, but I do hope it helps you to understand a little bit better. And stay tuned for more blind perspectives.